it's day 2 of Litmas! And that means we're playing my TBR game for the final time. That's right, it is the final time that I have to sing the Jars of Chaos! Then we move on to a new game, which you'll find out about at the end of the month. Woo! Okay, I'm taking this off now because it's itchy and scratchy and I don't like things on my neck. Well, if you're new here, welcome to Litmas, for one. This is 25 days of non-stop bookish videos, and it is also my TBR game. My TBR game is fun. There's a whole playlist if you want to watch ones of the past. It's very cruel to me. I'm very behind on my TBR, as always, but what else is new? I'm going to spin a spinner wheel 8 times. It's going to give me certain things that I'm going to have to pull out from jars that are scattered around my newly decorated shelves, and that'll tell me what book I have to read, essentially. It could be 8 books, it could be less than 8 books, it could be way more than 8 books. And I'm hoping for not a lot since I have so much to catch up on. Okay, cool. So that's how the game works. Let's get to that first spin. Spinner wheel, this is your last time and then you never have to live again because I got a new one. Spin number 1. It's a whip. 1 in progress. Almost was a jar of challenges. Okay, so the very first one is for a series that I'm currently reading. For that, we have The Cauldron. It did a little one. All right, let's see. Now, I have been completing series, so let's see if it's something that we've already done. It's definitely not. Now, I am going to attempt to just complete this series at this point, but it is still an ongoing one. But I guess this is the only one I have for it, and that is The Dawn of Yang Chen by FCE. This is in the Chronicles of the Avatar. I finished the Kyoshi duology, and now we have the Yang Chen duology, and then recently the Roku duology started. I'm assuming duology does that. It's a Barnes & Noble exclusive. So if you don't know, there's all these prequel novels now from previous Avatars. Avatar Last Airbender is one of my all-time favorite shows. I don't care what you guys say about the live action. I actually thoroughly enjoyed it, so I thought with what they could do, with what they had, they did good. Could there be improvements? Yes. But overall, way better than The Thing We Shall Not Speak Of. Here's what this one's about. Plagued by the voices of avatars before her for as long as she can remember, Yang Chen has not yet earned the respect felt for Avatar Zeto, her predecessor. In an era where loyalty is bought rather than earned, she has little reason to trust her counsel. When Yang Chen travels to Bin Air in the Earth Kingdom on political business, a chance encounter with an informant named Kavik leads to a wary partnership. Bin Air is a city ruled by corrupt Shang merchants who have become resentful of the mercurial Earth King and his whims. To extract themselves from his influence, the Shangs have one solution in mind, a mysterious weapon of mass destruction that would place power squarely in their hands. As Yang Chen and Kavik seek to thwart the Shangs' plans, their unlikely friendship deepens. But for Yang Chen to chart her course as a singularly powerful avatar, she must learn to rely on her own wisdom above all else. So this is the 3rd installment of the full Chronicles of the Avatar series. There we go. So I don't own the others right now. I don't know if I can get them on audio. I've never found these on audio, so we will see. Spin number 2. A chunky book! Of course. Couldn't go easy. Spin number 2 was a chunky book, so we get my little chunky tree out. And the chunky tree tells me what I'll be reading. I don't know why. Oh, already read it! Ha ha! It's a Fire Endless. Already read it. That means I get a free book, right? We've then got The Scarlet Veil. Mahurin. Shelby Mahurin, where are you? Scarlet Veil. Now, if you haven't read Serpent and Dove, I'm pretty sure you shouldn't read this one because it involves Celie. I don't know. It's French. But she's a character I did not like in Serpent and Dove. So let's see if Shelby Mahurin can make me like her. Here's what this one is about. 6 months have passed since Celia took her sacred vows and joined the ranks of the chasseurs as their first huntswoman. With her fiancé Jean-Luc as captain, she is determined to find her foothold in her new role and protect Belterra after she failed to protect her sister. But whispers from the past still haunt her, and a new evil is rising, leaving bodies in its wake, each one decorated with twin puncture wounds in its throat. Despite how her friends and fiancé have tried to shield her from the darkness, their magic, swords, and even the light of the endless candles they provide cannot keep her safe from a monster that hides behind beautiful words and sharp smiles. Now Cellier has new reason to fear the dark because someone is coming for her, and the closer he gets, the more tempted Cellier feels to give in to his dark hungers and her own. Yeah, I already don't really know how I feel about it, but I'm hoping that I will like it more and it will make me like her. I've always said Celie when I was reading it first, but it's got the accent on the first, so Cellier? I don't know. Someone tell me, because I didn't listen to the audiobooks on Serpent and Dove. I read those. But this baby is, I think, like 500, and there's an epilogue. Oh no, 625, 27, 627. Fine. Spin number 3. Ooh, one of the first bought in 2024. All right, at the end of the year, finally getting to that. First book I bought in 2024. I know it's going to be an indie, but I forget which one I got, so I gotta go check my spreadsheet. So I definitely got this at Cosign. That's why I'm like, I know I have a couple books from Cosign that were in January. But we have The Boy with the Horns by Kay Anderson. This is a queer fantasy adventure. I'm very excited. When I met Kay Anderson, I just thought she was super awesome. And I believe she did the art. I believe she also does the art, if memory serves. But I just think she was awesome, and I'm really excited to finally read it almost a year later. It's still within the year. Maverick Kane is 7 years old when his pod crash lands on Pokme, an alien planet full of life, but devoid of humans. Unable to get back to his home planet, Mars, Maverick finds himself growing up on the planet of Pokme. His adoptive family loves him and treats him as one of their own, but the rest of the world is a different story. Despite Maverick's struggle to fit in, Pokme quickly becomes home to him. Even with both feet on the ground and a good home, though the stars still call to him, waiting just out of reach. He's determined to become a starship captain in the Pokme Science Assembly when he grows up. But the chances of him staying out of trouble until then? Slim. Remarkably slim. This seems fun. Also, it's giving Starship from Star Kid vibes. I want to be a Starship Ranger. That's what this is giving. So very excited about this guy. We are 391 pages. It is the start of a series, but I'm very excited to finally get to it. Spin number 4. And a bomb book. That's good. Definitely need those. It's time for some of these final bomb books. I got so many left, y'all. I've been reading like crazy, but we'll see. We will see. Under a Dancing Star. Let's go. We have Under a Dancing Star by Laura Wood. It's very shiny. I do love this aesthetic. I believe I also picked this up when I was in Ireland. I believe this is a UK edition. Sure is. £7.99. I believe this is a Much Ado About Nothing retelling, which is probably why I picked it up, because Much Ado About Nothing is my favorite Shakespeare play. In 1930s England, Bee's parents want her married off to keep the family estate alive, but she longs for adventure. A golden summer in Italy with her bohemian uncle opens up a whole world, which includes Ben, a handsome, infuriating artist. Sparks fly between the quick-witted pair until one night, under the stars, a challenge is set. Can they put aside their teasing and have the perfect summer romance? There is only one rule. They absolutely must not fall in love. That's the basis of Much Ado About Nothing, sort of. So we'll see. This baby is 402 pages. And I don't think I have an audio. Spin number 5. Oh, a gifted book. That's gifted. That's good. It's a gifted teapot. I wish I could get them to fall out of the spout, but they're too big, probably. Let's see what we're gonna get. This one. This one. Ooh, okay, spooky. Again, from Snazzy, because Snazzy tends to send me stuff that they don't want anymore. We have All Hallows by Christopher Golden. This is a horror. Can I help you? Here's what this one's about. It's Halloween night, 1984, in Coventry, Massachusetts, and two families are unraveling. The Barbosas have opened their annual Haunted Woods attraction in the forest behind the house they're about to lose. The Sweeneys are fighting about alcoholism and infidelity on their front lawn. Up the street, a high school senior is about to have her secrets exposed, while down the street, the truth about Ruth and Zach Burgess turns out to be even more horrifying than the rumors ever were. And all the while, 4 children who do not belong are walking door to door. Children in vintage costumes with faded, eerie makeup. Children who seem terrified and who beg the neighborhood kids to hide them away, to keep them safe from the cunning man. But with families falling apart and the community splintered by bitterness, who will save the children of Parmenter Road? All Hallows, the one night when everything is a mask. Whoa. Spooky! We've got 379 pages on this one. Also don't know if I have an audio. Spin number 6. Another gifted book. Well, it is the season. Would you look at that? Another gifted book. If it's another one from Snazzy, I will laugh. Because then it's going to look like Snazzy's the only one who gets me stuff. No, it's not. The book in question was Dreams Bigger Than Heartbreak by Charlie Jane Anders. This is the second book, but I have yet to read the first book, and that's Victory's Greater Than Death. Signed edition. So that means I'm going to have to read both these guys. Knew we couldn't have anything easy. So I'm not going to read the synopsis for this because it's a sequel, but I will tell you what Victory's Greater Than Death is about. Tina never worries about being ordinary. She doesn't have to, since she's known practically forever that she's not just Tina Maines, average teenager and beloved daughter. She's also the keeper of an interplanetary rescue beacon, and one day soon it's going to activate, and then her dreams of saving all the worlds and adventuring among the stars will finally be possible. Tina's legacy, after all, is intergalactic. She is the hidden clone of a famed alien hero, left on Earth disguised as a human to give the universe another chance to defeat a terrible evil. But when the beacon activates, it turns out that Tina's destiny isn't quite what she expected. Things are far more dangerous than she ever assumed, and everyone in the galaxy is expecting her to actually be the brilliant tactician and legendary savior Captain Argentinian, but Tina is just Tina. And the royal fleet is losing the war, badly. The starship that found her is on the run, and they barely managed to escape Earth with the planet still intact. Luckily, Tina is surrounded by a crew she can trust, including her best friend Rachel, and she is still determined to save all the worlds. But first, she'll have to save herself. Okay, that's fun. Now, Charlie Jane Anders is a hit or miss with me with reading, so we'll see. But I at least have to read the first 2 books in this. At least they're short, and I'm pretty sure I have audio. Spin number 7. A viewer pool pick. So viewer pool, I've recently upgraded to a larger tin. Because y'all are pretty cool, and giving me some books to read. Let's see, what do I got? This is an OG one. Let's see. How to Become a Crazy Cat Lady to Survive the Zompocalypse. I'm pretty sure Mama Maggie put this in here. This is by Mama Maggie. I'm reading Mama Maggie. Let's see here. The tragic and cautionary tale of a PhD librarian with allergies, a clouder of cats, ancient Egyptian plagues, and how the food industry turned almost everyone into never-decaying zombies with an organic food preservative made of ancient fungus found in a cursed city. Dr. Babette Bland must choose the cat she's allergic to, but which the zombies fear, or the fungus zombies, which she is also allergic to and will eat her. Escaping Baltimore, she goes on the road cross-country with 100-year-old Egyptologist Lady Theodora Thorpe, who survived the first encounter with the plague before World War II, and her cats in a recreational vehicle trying to reach the West Coast, and the last surviving naval fleet, with the information about the truth of Pandemic 5. Theodora's twin great-grandsons, Leo and Lionel Oglethorpe are serving in the U.S. Navy Pacific Fleet under the descendants of one of the other survivors of the first modern outbreak. Admiral Lansing and his son, Captain Lansing, have kept their sailors safe offshore, but now they are tasked with rescuing the uninfected survivors from cities filled with non-decaying IUWs, infected undead wanderers. The dead are getting hungry, and the Navy's only hope is that Theodora's memories and Babette's research can find a way to save them all before the surviving government decides to kill them all another way. Okay, here we go, Maggie. Final spin of 2024. What's it gonna be? Oh, a small baby, and that's it. No more jar challenges. And the last book we got is a small baby. It could be nice. We don't know. We've got... I've already read it. That was The Dead Cattail Assassins. Already read that. Next one. Oh, I grabbed two. This one. Oh, okay. It's probably one of the larger of the small books, but we have Small Miracles by Olivia Atwater. I adore Olivia Atwater. She's amazing. And yeah, here's what this one's about. If you know her, she's the one who wrote Half a Soul, the full trilogy of that, and I love them so, so much. 10,000 Stitches, though, it's kind of my favorite. Here is Small Miracles. A little bit of sin is good for the soul. Gadriel, the fallen angel of petty temptations, has a bit of a gambling debt. Fortunately, her angelic bookie is happy to let her pay off her debts by doing what she does best. All Gadriel has to do is tempt miserably sinless mortal Holly Harker to do a few nice things for herself. What should be a cakewalk of a job soon runs into several roadblocks. However, as Miss Harker politely refuses every attempt at temptation from Gadriel the woman, Gadriel the man, and Gadriel the adorable fluffy kitten, when even chocolate fails to move Gadriel's target, the ex-guardian angel begins to suspect she's been conned. But Gadriel still remembers her previous job, and where petty temptations fail, small miracles might yet prevail. Okay, this should be a fun time. I love that sort of angel versus useless human trope. It's great! Now, I didn't do this last month because I forgot, but we need to pull our Herkyed prompts. Let's see. Herkyed says... We've already done it. The 500-page in a day. Herkyed says... I think I finished the genre challenge. That's genres. I think I've read everybody. Have I read everybody? I think I have. 4+ book series. All right. This is the series I've been planning to do for this. It begins with Senlin Ascends. Funny enough, I discovered this was also a Spiffbo book once upon a time. There are 4 books in it. We have Senlin Ascends, Arm of the Spink, The Hod King, and The Fall of Babel. Here's what it's about. Mild-mannered headmaster Thomas Senlin prefers his adventures to be safely contained within the pages of a book. So when he loses his new bride shortly after embarking on the honeymoon of their dreams, he is ill-prepared for the trouble that follows. To find her, Senlin must enter the Tower of Babel, a world of geniuses and tyrants, of luxury and menace, of unusual animals and mysterious machines. He must endure betrayal, assassination attempts, and the illusions of the tower. And if he hopes to ever see his wife again, he will have to do more than just survive. This quiet man of letters must become a man of action. I've been told that this is like Spirited Away, but for adults. So I'm an adult, and Spirited Away is my favorite Ghibli movie. So there we go. Attempted Herkyed prompt is... I've already finished it. The settings. The recipe. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. This is what I was thinking of. It's Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. It has Daniel's crepe recipe. I've never made crepes in my life, but I will attempt. So there's Part of Your World. Here's what this one is about as well. After a wild bet, gourmet grilled cheese sandwich, and a cuddle with a baby goat, Alexis Montgomery has had her world turned upside down. The cause? Daniel Grant, a ridiculously hot carpenter who's 10 years younger than her and as casual as they come. The complete opposite of sophisticated city girl Alexis, and yet their chemistry is undeniable. While her ultra-wealthy parents want her to carry on the family legacy of world-renowned surgeons, Alexis doesn't need glory or fame. She's fine with being a mere ER doctor. And every minute she spends with Daniel in the tight-knit town where he lives, she's discovering just what's really important. Yet letting their relationship become anything more than a short-term fling would mean turning her back on her family and giving up the opportunity to help thousands of people. Bringing Daniel into her world is impossible, and yet she can't just give up on the joy she's found with him either. With so many differences between them, how can Alexis possibly choose between her world and his? So we have an age gap. I did not know this was age gap. That is one of my least favorite tropes in the world. It has only been done once. I'm hoping this one will still be done well, but oh, I just hate age gap. I hate it so much. There's too many generational differences, and usually the reason I hate it is because of a power imbalance. This doesn't seem like it's gonna have that, but I don't like that. It's just not for me that way, but it's got a recipe. That's the only one I know for sure on my shelves has a recipe. So, okay, we'll get through it. We will get through it, and that's what's gonna happen. All right, this is the TBR stack. What did we end up with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can't feel right. 7, 8, 9, 13 again. 13 again. We got 13 last month too. That was without doing Herkyed. So it's really 9, but it's 13 if I do the Herkyed prompts as well. So that's what I'm reading in December. Let me know what you guys are reading. If you have some really cool TBR games, shoot them my way. I'm always looking for new and interesting ones. And there's might be a reason for that coming soon. So, cool. All right, well, that's day 2 of Litmas. I'll see you tomorrow. And if you are participating in Consumathon, don't forget, leave a comment to get your points for watching this video all the way to the end. If you have, leave a book emoji. I don't know if you can do that. I don't know. Or just write book. I don't know. Just a way to know that you got all the way to the end here. Okay, cool. All right. I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Paul's gonna get that. And I still don't have a mount. I ordered one though. Or political business. On political business. Good job. Already off to a great start. In 1930s England. Nope. You know when you breathe in and it does that sharp thing in the back of your throat and makes you cry? That's what just happened to me. Tina's legacy, after all. Sir.